Welcome! Two special guests. We have Riku and Sydney joined here for this not round one recap. Oh my god, I did so much prep. Round two, Bamboo versus Harmed. Um, we in like our just like talking before the show starts and the countdown is going. We're like trying. I'm getting more nervous talking to Riku, saying Bamboo is super nervous, Harmed is nervous, I'm nervous, Riku is nervous. Maybe Sydney, you're the only one without any significant
I'm just
nerves.
so excited.
Oof, yeah, yeah, exciting matchup. Bamboo versus Harmed. This is the round two of the final refrain. I think we should just go over the presentation and just yeah see what this is all about. I have the right one over here. We are now in round two, and it's all about this top left side of the bracket where Bamboo versus Harmed. The winner will take on whoever won in Matsma versus Sith of Angmar, and we do know how that ended up. So it will be Matze, the opponent. But let's focus on this one. We've got Harmed, my good friend and Keyforge compatriot, let's say. Practice all the time versus him. And we've got Bamboo, which is Riku. Who's this?
Yeah, the world champion and
Just the world champion.
happened to be my wife.
Happens to be your
I like
wife.
how world champion comes first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World champion first, and then your wife. Right. So I think these two decks, Pastor Ass, Nigi, or if you want to say the real name, Riku, they're
Yeah, the deck name is nghi bi đức biến thể.
right. Sydney, you? How did you?
We'll call. I've been calling it duck.
Duck. Ah, yeah, I see.
No, you should call it nghi.
Nghi.
The
Love it.
first word, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. I think these decks are not very interactive in this matchup, so it's just
No.
whoever gets there first. There is some interaction, maybe with the Glimmer Spore, or but not a lot of interactivity actually. Or do you disagree, Rico?
Yeah, I think I agree with that. There's some situation where you can play something that interact with. I mean, you can play something like the World Fly to
Yeah,
make
indeed, true.
to
Kill
make
the
the
Earth.
discard. Yeah, to the earth also. So, but it I think it's just only a few situations.
Yeah.
We will not see it often.
Indeed. So indeed, you are correct. There are some cards, and so this stat is meaningful, but a bit less. So let's see. Harmed has made 8 keys in favor and 4 against, also with a 2-1 win-loss ratio for both of them. Amber per turn a lot more for Harmed than Bamboo, because I think Ass's turns there's very low amount of turns, so the Amber per turn is quite high. Also churns over cards a lot more, which is a little bit surprising. But if you archive a lot of cards, I guess you're playing a lot more cards per turn.
I'd also be interested to see, because Pastor Ass has 2 key abductions, you'd think that number would be lower because he's going for the keys through key abduction, but more Amber per turn is interesting.
Yeah, because also playing over the Mars without the Vodka, let's say, you can generate a lot of Ambers and you just play your stuff, you Rebel, Exile Opening, and back, boom, boom, key abduction, rinse and repeat.
I guess if you make 18 Amber in a turn, it ups that stat considerably.
I think so. Yeah, and the keys check per turn. I think for Bamboo, this is relevant. So every once in 3 turns, but a bit more, you are on check. So that would mean that in like 7 or 8 turns, it's definitely over if you don't count the key cheat. And we all think it will only last 5 or 6 rounds. This match. Because the double key abduction on Harmed, lot of ways to get haunted, get your stuff in the discard pile. But also, we saw game one that Winds of Death is not even needed to win because I don't think he played Winds of Death in the first round
No, he
versus.
couldn't. Not in a mirror match.
No, not in the mirror match. Oh, no.
He's going to be
So
so much freer to play it now, though, because the creature count in Knee is so much lower that he's probably not. And also with the Warfalines, like there's likely going to be a lot less creatures in Knee's
yeah,
discard pile when Pastor
yeah,
Ass goes
yeah,
off.
indeed, yeah. Yeah, and Jay Philippik, I think, as an advantage for almost all GR decks. Yeah, probably. If we look at Knee, Knee can just pump Amber out fast, and then at one point kind of try to stay in Geistoid with the return to Rubble. And but I think Riku, you know this deck way better than both of us do. Can you run through the game plan of Knee?
Yeah, so basically you want to be healthy as fast as possible. So it's very similar to to us, but it's different in the way that us want to have as many masks when at one time, so you can go to into the combo, and you want to have as many soy card. Especially you need something like the well of memory in archive, so you can keep looping the combo. I think the how to speed in is lower than in us, but there is more recursion coming from me, like there's a V from a them, or there also target in Mars. So very different, because you will see that often he will be slower than
Yeah.
us, but then after that he can catch up. But that at that point we will need to see that can us already win the game or not,
Mm-hmm.
because he at maximum it can only
It
fought
ramps
one
up,
key.
right? So it needs to
Yeah,
get there, but when it gets going, it's like unstoppable. But can it get
yeah,
going in time?
but the problem is that us can just catch it, and so it can play like
Yeah.
it can win like only in two turn, or sometimes one turn, and okay, and he cannot do that. He only have one key sheet as the extra shark, and so that will be a very important thing that can he need to at least fork one natural key before us doing something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but with the sheer number of pips too, she can just play enough cards in a turn to get to 6 amber, and that's something that both of their amber controls are really low because they're trying to achieve their own goals. So there's likely neither of them are taking them each other off of keys very often.
Yeah, that's right. And then, as you said that, I had to add Riku back into the screen because he wasn't in this scene. So we saw Riku really big for a second. So that's a treat for everyone watching.
Yeah,
Um,
right?
yeah. So here you see the full card list of Knee, where Well of Memory obviously is a key card with the inner somewhere in the junks, Ecto Charge, and in Mars. Will we see some use of these Void Probers in Mars first, which you can maybe use to tax at the right moment? It
And to be
might,
honest, with so
yeah,
many scrap effects, it might benefit Bamboo to discard a lot of creatures against the possible Winds of Death
probably,
because she's getting the scrap effects.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then here we talked about like the Warfelines with shuffling cards back into it until the earth. Well-timed shuffle or disrupting of the discard pile can be devastating for Ass.
Yeah, I think in this matchup he has more interaction to the opponent
Yeah,
more than us, and they also I think because they also a way to stop us from being Celtic, and then they also can have more amber control than us, because coming from the mass. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's gonna be interesting. And let's see if I can meanwhile talk to the players to create their game. Uh, yeah. And obviously, Riku, you and Bamboo, you practiced, and so I practiced with Harmed as well. And we don't play Knee as well as Bamboo does, but in our practice, it was in favor of Ass. So
Do you think
Yeah,
crop circles is gonna come into play huge here because after a Winds of Death, because the deck doesn't need all of the creatures from the archives to like create any big plays. Crop circles can just be played for a ton of amber.
No.
I don't think it's gonna be useful.
No. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
no.
because as I also play a lot of game with art, I think that when art already go into the combo and when it's gain a lot of emperor, it can also for a key right away with card. So personally, I would say that the road cycle coming from me is doesn't matter at all, and then they also that I believe that the game will end before that is master.
Yeah, yeah. Let me add Sydney back into this screen because
Yeah, so
yeah,
I say this before and I say this many times that I want to repeat it one more time that no matter what, who win this game, the game will be very quick. It will be
yes,
end in no more than 6.
it will be very quick. And as we're doing this, I'm trying to get some sort of stat screen online as well. There's from a previous game, so Zenzik has made some stats where you can see the amount of creatures
cool.
played, the total Amber value, Amber defense, and I think also the cards played. There's one more interesting one where we can see the Amber sources. So where
Oh,
does
that
the
is
Amber come from?
awesome.
The game will be fast, so let's see if we can even use it. Please give some feedback in the chat if all audio is good, all the things are visible, and then I would say let's just enjoy this match.
Yeah, the high level play we're about to see is going to be pretty epic.
It's gonna be, yeah. So Harmed won the first flip as the first player. Let's see if they mulligan or not. That's the first thing. Does Nee want to go first, Riku?
I think I don't think it's matter much in for Nghi. Yeah, Nghi can play either first or second. It could be depend on the hand, but no, it would be fine either way.
I think same for Ass. I think.
Yeah, but in this case, I think if it's again us, I think it should be better to play second because you don't want us to go into the combo in the turn 2.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I see some connection to the server. Maybe they're both should be still in the game, trying to decide if they're going to
He just
mulligan or
send me
not.
a message. He sent me a message saying that the internet is
They're in.
a
They're
little
in.
bit
They're
quick.
in. Jada Philippek, hope it goes quick. I think it will be because this is gonna be turn 5, turn 4. Yeah.
I mean, if there is anything I can go up and help her, but maybe
No, we're good. The game is starting. So Harm decided to mulligan, and Bamboo did not.
Ooh.
Goes into
Uh-oh.
into Mars. The big magnet has 3 discard pips, and he decides to discard Spooky Charge, Reaver, and Werewolf Curse.
oh, we can see he start bull. First, I
Wow.
want to see this card. Can you show me this card?
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Wow.
and it is somewhere right away. Okay, should be a good start for me.
yeah, good start. Boo into inner somewhere.
I think she can acquire the restoration and bull, and then if she can draw into well, she can start
Yeah,
loot right
that would be
away.
great. So Junk Restoration and Boo Archive, passing the turn over to Harmed. Harmed is taking his time to think.
Was there the Well of Memory in the discard pile as well?
I
No,
don't think so. No.
No? Okay.
Wow,
otherwise
wow,
she would.
big turn for Harmed. Junk Restoration into inner somewhere to discard even more, and then playing Winds of Death, Persephone,
early, wow.
Xylo, Shades, Rebel, Nameless Order, Reaver, Warfaline, Distant Void Prober, Harvest Skimmer, Emberfly. Not sure in
How
which.
many Marish in archive for
I
harm?
think it's
How many
the Xylo and
3?
the Rebel and the Horror. So 3 of them, but also
Okay.
6 in the archive,
No,
which
but the report is very important. I think the report in the bot is important. You need to archive.
yeah.
Also,
Bamboo goes into
for the
Mars.
second
If she
Winds
can
of Death,
find the well, and with the big archives, you can have the potential to get a lot of
Okay,
Geistoid cards back as
let's
well.
see
So
check.
she goes Brain Dart for the Ember, scoop up Mars first to try to find the well, I imagine. Throwing
Yeah,
it back to Harmed.
so Ngima has a lot of Ember pip, so when she choose Mars, usually you will see a lot of Ember again.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. So let's see if we can get that Ember value stat here. Uh, Total Ember value. Bamboo is at 6 and Harmed at 3, putting Bamboo at check. Harmed is probably thinking, and yes, he is, what can I do with my archives? Does he have UFOs? Does he have key abduction? Can he burst for a big amount of Ember and take Bamboo off check? Because one key can be huge.
Absolutely. And she's only at exactly 6, so that might be a factor.
So
There you
plays
go.
UFO, discards Box Spitter to steal that one Ember, taking off check, which that's actually huge. The discard of the Box Spitter with UFO takes key abduction in his hand. Now starts to play a lot of Mars creatures. This is not looking good for Knee, I would say, because there is this key abduction.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Both players can play their games exactly right, and still there can be nothing they can do. There's just so the other deck, each decks
so
are
the
so
first
fast.
key abduction is already played. There's already a key for Harmed and 5 Ember, and he's not done yet with this turn. He can archive the stuff. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, the
This is a great start for Harmed.
Yeah, and if you look at the Ember stats now,
at this point, it doesn't. It's no longer an early game. We already go into the end game already.
Yeah. So, is there a way for Knee to come back from this?
Oh, she got the Amber back.
There may be.
So, but you can key cheat one key, but you need 2 more keys, and it looks like Harm is about to even close the deal on the next turn, I would say. Turn 4 win, it looks like she has to stop this key.
Clear the board right now. She can clear the board right now. She can make the game longer, about 1 turn too. So let's see.
Let's see. So she did find the Well of Memory and the boost, so she potentially can get a lot of things back.
Okay, so there is return to report in the discard. So I think she can stop the key now. She should be able to stop the key because she can take back the deep root, the void rooper, and then the energy vampirism to yeah. So she can stop the key now. So maybe he have a chance a little bit right now.
Yeah. So you're saying you need to purge some cards. You maybe take back the energy vampirism, a discard Pip, and the void prober to get 2 Ember. Swing from Harmed, and then return to rubble. Clear off the board, and more importantly, the creatures are not there for Harm to use. So, yeah.
So after that, Ham will need to get to play with a bet again to get back on the Rich Marriage, and then that will take 1 more turn for me. So that will be very important if he can win at that point.
There are a lot of cards in his draw pile still, so he might not have his second Winds of Death yet.
So she's taking her time, obviously thinking, how many cards can I purge? Which ones do I need back? We think it needs to be Return to Rubble, maybe Energy Vampirism, the Void Prober, and a discard Pip, or the Ecto Charge with the discard Pip.
She could have Snippy in her hand with the discard Pip.
The Snippy is in the discard here, but maybe the Ecto to get the key.
The good thing is that because with of that, it will give Nhi have more cards to block by Well of Memory. So she have, but I am the one who told her to play as slow as she can to make sure that she doesn't make any mistake. When we practice, she often make a lot of mistake in this matchup, and that's something we don't want to, because this game is just like we see anyone can win the game. So if you make a mistake, you will just lose.
So meanwhile, we do have an opportunity to look at some stats here. We see the cards played. You see that Harm has played 14 cards, where Bamboo has only played 5.
Wow. That's about to change, though.
No, but But yeah, she already blocked about 7 card. Yeah, she blocked 7 card.
Wow.
I think she have void deep void ripper on hand already.
And that's true with having Winds of Death already. She could just pull her archives and she has more to purge for
Yeah,
well.
so she
So
purged 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 Geistoid cards, or 6 Geistoid and 1 Mars to bring back. Probably in here somewhere, Junk, Ecto, Return to Rubble, Energy Vampirism, and the Void Prober. Let's see.
the cards she purged, those are going to be great to get out of her cycle too.
Yeah. It's so intense.
I am so nervous. I don't know what to say. I'm so nervous.
Same here, Rico.
Which cards did she purge again?
She purged
Were they
Amberfly,
all
Warfline, Witch
untamed?
of the Spore, another Amberfly, Warfline, Regrove, Harvest Skimmer. So almost
Oh,
half
wow.
of half of the Untamed is gone.
And can you imagine that that she had that many untamed in her hand to
Okay,
purge?
so Ecto Charge, in here somewhere, Return to Rubble, Junk, Energy Vampirism, and Plow Sword. So not the Void Prober.
But I have to say that this first game is a lot of interest because they both draw very well early. Yeah, you see, if Bamboo didn't draw into the well last turn, this game is already slot.
Yeah.
But she did draw into well, so it's like they draw perfectly in the first game.
I love when players don't mulligan. It really makes me excited to see what they decided to keep because it must have been good to begin with.
Okay, so she will start to play now.
Yeah, so you imagine she can take Harmed off of check, forge 1 key with the Ecto Charge, and probably make another 5 Amber or so to be on 7 Amber at the end of this turn, maybe even more with killing the Xylo and stealing. So it would be the key cheat would be gone. Would you save the key cheat, Rico, here, or would you just capitalize on going as fast as possible?
I don't think she can save the key cheat now because she already went past the upper. So I think it should be fine if she key cheat now only for this matchup. Some matchup you will want to save the key cheat for later, but not this one. I think it doesn't matter. You want to run as fast as you can.
And her discard
so we see 1, 2 Geistoids here, 2 Mars. This is important for the Return to Rubble to see which 10 cards will be shuffled back into the draw, because the draw is completely empty. I would think it would be like 7 Geistoid cards probably, and then maybe 3 Mars. So a high chance of drawing back into Geistoid and staying haunted at it.
Exactly what she wants.
Yeah.
Purging 7 cards. That does make it harder to get the key cheat.
So now she's just pumping Amber with the Junk restorations.
She didn't get the CP, so she have to play Ecto here to
discard.
Object.
So she's taking her time, like the true master told her. The Emperor Rico said, "Take your time, don't mess up, or I'm gonna slap you." No, that's not what he said, but we don't know. We don't know what goes on, huh?
Well, with 22 cards in her discard, her Ecto might be quite expensive.
Yeah.
No, they're 22, so
yeah, that should be good. Should be good.
Oh, right.
Yeah, should be good. I think I am as nervous as Riku. I'm trying to somehow stay calm. So
there are only 5 cards left in her hand, and we know most of them.
I think it's in here somewhere.
Yeah,
Ecto, Return to Rubble.
Somewhere, and Ecto and the 2 card that she didn't block it. So they also a chance that the 2 card doesn't it not the Death Void Rooper, so she cannot stop the key this turn. They a chance. But if that's so, she should keep the Amber Chai because Amber Chai also can help you. Because she didn't take the Amber Chai, the Gisoy ritual with 6 power. Yeah, so because she didn't take it, I think she has Deep Void Rooper on hand.
Yeah, must be, huh? Because you really want to take your opponent off check here. Just 1 more key for As if he has the other Winds of Death
doesn't take him
something.
off check. Can he just get the key abduction next turn and win?
I don't think so, because if all the Return to Rebel has been
So
played,
she played.
right? So
Oh, so
now,
she played the total rebel first. So then she played Hector and did and will not cheat key away.
so she's saving it. She's saving it.
But she didn't keep. Okay, but she did,
Ooh.
I think she
Ah,
make a
yeah. I
mistake
think she realized the order as she did end up. Oh, she
and she
did
had
discard the
to
Void
Oh,
Prober
key.
with the active
She had
charge,
to
but
key without Amber.
oh,
Wow.
before. Oi, oi, oi. That's huge. It's understandable in this situation, right? I mean, Riku and I are feeling the pressure. We're almost shaking.
yeah.
Imagine being in Bamboo's place, thinking it over, and then, yeah,
She knew
these
everything
these
she had to
things do
do.
happen.
It's just the order.
Yeah.
Yes. So she make a mistake. Two mistake. She didn't stop the key and so she a key with a lot of Amber.
Yeah. Okay. Return to Rebel to Archive, LB Stray, and Return to Rebel. So it goes to Harmed. He does make the key. Harmed is probably going for Winds of Death. Yeah, he is, because he's discarding his card. I think he might have it. Yeah, he does. So next turn, if he gets
Yes.
the second key abduction, it might be over. And
I
you
think he
would
already
imagine
archived
that
that, right?
Bamboo can forge your second key by key cheating and on check for the third, maybe, but ooh,
Yeah, that was rough.
yeah.
No, but if Ham has
He
Way
needs the
of
key
Death on
abduction.
there,
if he
right?
doesn't have it,
He archived it.
ah, he archived
Yeah,
it. You're right. Yeah, yeah,
guys. So yeah, if Ham already
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
Win of Death in hand, then maybe even if he can win if he stop the key for just now. Yeah,
No, so the Winds of Death has been played. He has two keys. We know that there's 10 cards in archive with a key abduction, 6 in hand, even without
yeah.
zero ember.
Pretty sure.
The only way for me to win that this game is that he has to keep
Yeah,
Ham object of the
yeah,
last turn.
exactly, exactly. Which was an unfortunate event, but even turn 4, we're on turn 4 and we're talking about the game already
Right.
ending. So super fast game. Yeah.
So had she played the Ecto first and the Return to Rubble, he would have had to take her off key
So if
because
she played Acto
Yeah,
Charge, discarded the Void Prober,
I
Harmed would
think
have captured
I think
one from his own side and not be able to make his second key. And then with Return to Rubble, it would destroy everything, giving her even more amber. Um,
I think she was trying to have to save the actor
yeah,
which cost her the game because
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I already say actor should not matter in this game. You
No,
can
no, no.
forget.
Okay, so wow, oof.
all right,
Um,
gotta shake off the nerves.
yeah, shake off the
One or
nerves.
two
Let
more games
me.
to go.
The tool Zenzi has automatically updates the logs, but I will be doubly sure to get the logs. Let's see if we can run through some stats as well. Do you see the stats on the screen? I think you do, right?
Yeah.
So the cards played in the end, Harm was so far ahead, but Bamboo even played more in the end, right there.
Wow.
And creatures played. Harm played
That's
4,
beautiful.
Bamboo played 0. What other stats do we have? Total amber value, so pretty tight race there, but indeed it's all about that key cheat. And I think,
Babu just sent me a message that she misclicked the return triple.
yeah,
Oh,
that's unfortunate. That's very
that's
very
rough.
Yeah,
unfortunate.
yeah. That is not a mistake you will make it you play in real life.
Right.
Yeah.
I also have to point out that Babu is a better player in person. She not a computer person, so
All right,
I think
so
most
into
people are
game
better.
2. I think that the stakes, maybe the first nerves a little bit gone. Second game, you're playing from behind as you need everything to go perfect here, which it may very well go. We don't know. So, what will you pick now? You said you want to pick second player because you don't want Ass to go off turn 2, Riku, or yeah, she
You also
does
get to
pick
play a
second.
ton more cards. Yeah.
6 and 7 cards. No mulligans.
Yeah,
It looks like.
No mulligans.
Ooh, mulligan on
Both
Bamboo
players.
side.
just now,
Okay.
if that now, I'm sorry, I'm still living in the past. If I'm just thinking that if that now Babu played right, I think the game should win for me.
Yeah, probably. So Harm did
Yeah.
play Big Magnet with those 3 discard pips. Looks like a repeat of previous game where Bamboo goes Junk Restoration, Return to Rubble, Brush Grabber, Warfaline. She doesn't take any of them
Any
and
of them.
discards LB Stray. Maybe banking on Harm playing Winds of Death so she has more cards to purge for the well?
Oh, that's a great strategy.
Maybe. Harm plays UFO. Discard Shadies with the discard pip. Oh, he's already going for it. He's already pushing
Smart.
Amber. Ooh, what did he archive? The UFO. He had the
UFO.
key abduction. He can do it again. Archiving. Oh my goodness. This is way too good of a start.
Wow.
The
this
return
is
to
crazy.
rubble is in the discard pile. You cannot just simply get rid of the board. Harmed is going crazy, archiving key abduction, UFO, and target has 2 Xylos on the board and a rebel. You need to kill 2 Xylos here. I'm not sure if that's even possible.
What do you do if the return to rubble's
No,
there?
this is the dream start for Ass. Oof, 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 oof.
I guess get him off keys. You're only.
Yeah, you
your
have to get him
immediate-
off check if you can this turn. If you cannot, then it's very bad. She managed to kill both of the Xylos.
Nice.
That's huge, actually. So he cannot
I'm
get
just-
his creatures back. So does make the first key, but both Silos are gone. But it's
Set
a
up for Winds of
very
Death.
big blow to concede the first key like that, actually. So now Harm can go looking for Winds of Death. He knows there's 1 key abduction and a UFO in his archives. Yeah.
There's a lot to think about right now.
A lot to think about. So let's.
I wonder what his hand makeup is.
Yeah, so pulling up the stats, you see that the Ember value, Harmed was at 7, goes to 6 because of the energy vampirism, and Bamboo's climbing up to 4 total Ember value. Different stats from last game, where
For sure.
more creatures are already played for Bamboo than in the last game. It's very
That's so
interesting.
funny.
Harm goes into Untamed, trying to fill up the board with some creatures because he knows Bamboo cannot get rid of them easily. Maybe
Oh, and
trying
that
to-
taunting
yeah.
creature.
Yeah. Discards the Spooky Charge. Spooky Charge is rarely relevant. Bamboo goes into Mars, plays the Overshocked Chloral, which is kind of annoying. After Reap, stun this creature needs neighbors.
Yeah, but Rebel's probably never going to reap.
No, but with Key Abduction, you can Reap, bring it back, put it back down. Plays
That's
the
true.
Crop Circles. Now Harmed is saying, I don't have any Ember. You cannot capture what I don't have. Play Scoop Up, so get an extra card off the board. Which one would you take? The Loyal Packmate, obviously, and
Makes
the
sense.
Snippy.
Because you don't want the Rebel going back into Harm's hand when you pick up your
No,
archive.
and Scoop Up, you cannot take Mars creatures, can you not?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, friendly non-Mars creatures, so that's even off the tables. Harm goes into Geist, searching for Winds of Death, you would think. Finding Flumph, Key Abduction, and Cursed Tomb, you probably take the Key Abduction if you have the Winds of Death. You do chain yourself a little bit if you don't find it. He does take the Key Abduction. And he has the Winds of Death. 2 Key Abductions, 1 in archive, 1 in hand, 10 cards in the archive, 6 in hand. I think next turn it's over. Riku, what do you
I think the
think?
game is over.
Yeah,
I think the game is over.
the game is over. Turn 4, and we can say the game is over.
That was a crazy good start for Harmed.
That's
I will have to be ready to go upstairs to
yeah. I'm after this game, we're gonna try to get both Harmed in and Bamboo to have a little bit of if Bamboo
I think you,
if she is willing to
give
come
me
on.
about 10 minutes.
Yeah,
You need to give me 10 minutes after the game.
sure. We will talk a little bit. So Reclaim by Nature, getting rid of it, discarding Yervi to archive junk, but she must know that Harmed has this game in the bag because we know there's two key abductions, one in hand, one in archive, and 16 cards. Is the singing scythe in the discard? It is not. That would have been an extra card or amber because that's kind of how you use the count when you go key abduction. You count I need 15 cards or 15 amber, or you count your cards as amber pips kind of, and you include the key abduction because there's an amber pip on it. Um, yeah, yeah,
Might as
very
well play
fast
it out.
game. I think Harmed had two amazing starts. Nee had one amazing start. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough to take game one.
Yeah, so that's why I say the early that because us is a little bit more consistency in this matchup, so you don't want to be the one to be make mistake because if you make a mistake,
Yeah,
you will lose
yeah,
in the last
indeed,
game.
indeed. J. Philipek, I think that the first game ended active charge mistake was not relevant. I think Nee would have won it because he would have not have made his second key when
Yeah,
he was
so
searching for
Right.
basically,
yeah,
if he
yeah, off check.
can keep the object, it she can win
Yeah,
because after that Ham like with a plate but didn't gain any amper,
yeah.
so he will stop with
So as we're
try.
saying that key abduction one, key abduction number two, Harmed seals
I will have
game
to
two.
right back.
Go to your wife, say
Yeah.
some comforting words. What a game! Harm
That
takes
yeah,
it
that was crazy.
2-0. Um, yeah,
There was nothing Bamboo could do. There was nothing that Nee could do to affect archives
no,
or
no,
lowering
no,
amber cost or
no. Yeah, indeed. Maybe we can pull up some stats on this one. As much as it matters, the total amber value you see for Harmed went through the roof with the two key abductions. Obviously, the cards played, Harmed had a lot more cards played than Boom Boo, but we all know why. Um,
yep.
yeah, very interesting. Very interesting game one. Game two, insane start.
Absolutely.
As I said, I'm going to try to get Harmed in here and see what he has to say about this insane game one, and then I would imagine a more comfortable game two in
Right.
that respect. Um,
So
yeah,
he
yeah.
did
The game two, there was nothing she did wrong there. So I'm waiting for Harm to join.
so did he didn't mulligan in game 2, right?
He did not.
So
No.
he knew what he had when he drew his hand,
Yes.
and that is always a good sign
Yeah.
when you start with the nuts.
Indeed. Indeed. So I'm trying to get Harmed into the video chat where I think Riku is trying to do the same with with his wife. That must be a yeah. I won't
Might be
say
emotional right
heartbreaking
now.
loss, but oh, I need to refresh the room. If we lose someone, it's my fault. But I'm gonna try to get everyone on the same page. So give me a second. And we're still here, right? You can still hear me, Sydney?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give Harm a second link because it doesn't look like it's working. So let's
Oh,
see.
no.
It will work. Give us some time. You know, we are very
I'm
persistent.
ex I'm excited to see what his thought process was in the first game
Yeah,
because that
same.
was a
And I
hard-fought
think
battle.
we have got him. So give me just a second to load
Yay!
him in. Um, and then yeah.
I
Okay.
see the smile lurking beneath the there
There
we
he is. We
go.
got him, ladies and gentlemen. We got him.
It's a smile, but it's also a little bit of pain inside.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
first
Aw.
game was a bit rough. Yeah.
No, no, Dimbo. There's not another game. Harm took it 2-0. Run us through game one because why is it also a little bit painful, Harmed?
Yeah, quite a bit. So I've tested the matchup a bunch, of course, because it's me, it's the world champion, and I knew I'm pretty favored. But if she pulls out the boo early, then I know it's going to be a real difficult game. And that's exactly what happened starting
Yeah.
from turn one. Like immediately, she had an amazing start, and then when she jumped into the well, I was like, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
But by the time I already had a key, I had some Mars board. I know she can clear the Mars board, but I also had 7 or 8 Ember, and I know she needs to stop me from forging.
Yeah.
And I saw the play. Like I knew what she had to do. I knew she had to Ecto first. She had to discard the Distant Void Prober.
And then.
Then she can stop me because
Yeah.
then I'm at 5 Ember.
Yeah.
And then I would have had to take a pretty big risk. Like there was still a shot, but it was really small. Like I had to hit the UFOs at the right way. I had to hit the key abduction so I could start looping, basically.
Interesting.
Yeah,
But
we
it was
came to the same conclusion, and honestly, Harm, I think you were nervous, but it probably showed because Riku and I we were like, so like their first game was next level, and we like, okay, she is taking her time. Riku said, take your time, try to
Yep.
calculate everything, don't try to make mistakes, and it did slip in, but also because it's online on TCO, one of those
Mhm.
things that you have in your mind, if you have the cards physically, let's say you have the cards physically in front of you, it's way
Right. You're
harder
not
to
gonna
miss these things, huh?
accidentally.
Yeah. And I
mean,
think
it's
Riku
very
also
different.
said she's a way better player in real life than on TCO, and I can understand that. So that was a bit of a, well, it was going to be very tough because you had to put the risk where you put your Mars creatures on the board, pushing hard, saying, "Hey, you need to answer this. If you don't, I win. If you do, I can maybe still win." But we thought then if she takes you off check, Nee would probably take the game. That was what we were thinking. And then game two, yeah, you drew the shit.
Your opening hand, man, that was beautiful.
Through the nuts. Yeah, that was absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
I know Ass can win. I've had a turn 3 win before, which is absolutely insane. And I think this was turn 5, so it's still really up there, really good.
Yeah,
Um,
indeed. Yeah, so really good. So Riku is back. Your nemesis is on the screen. What do you want to say to him, Riku?
My wife is tired, so she will not come to our
Yeah,
stream.
That
understandable.
makes
Understandable.
sense.
It's
Absolutely.
late
Yeah.
night as well, huh? Yeah.
I think I will have to go to her after the gym.
Yes.
So it's very interesting because me and Papu see the game. I mean, we feel keyfork how to play keyfork in a. Wait, give me a second.
As people don't know, sorry, Riku, give me 1 second. Riku is hosting an in real life
keyboard
event
event.
as we speak as well.
Yeah.
There's like
We have
10
a lot of people
Keyforge
over
players
there.
there, so he is multitasking the next level, handling Keyforge, handling the stream, handling his wife, maybe the most challenging of all. Yeah.
So yeah, I am saying, me and Babu see we see the way to play keyboard is very different. So
Yeah.
so it should be fine if we both winning, but anytime that one of us lost the game,
Yeah.
it will be a problem in our marriage. So.
Well, you were out first in this tournament, so she can hold that over
Yeah,
you.
she did better than you. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, but Riku, very much appreciate for your commentary. I think your wife needs you to help out the latency because again, it's early morning for Sydney. It's the
No, but
afternoon for us. It's the evening for Riku. Yeah, Riku.
But I want to say congratulations to Ham. It's a very well played coming from you.
Well
Thank you,
deserved. Yes,
Shit.
that's very gracious of you, Riku. So go enjoy your online, your real life Keyforge
person.
tournament. Thanks for joining, and maybe we'll have a very short chat with Sydney and Harm before we close off the stream as well. Thank you very much, Riku, and yeah, good luck. All right.
Yeah, see you everyone.
All right, you bye. Okay, so Harmed, you must be very happy with this win, right? Beforehand, we practiced this match and it was in favor of As by a big margin, but there were moments where you went on a 0-3 streak. Right?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm happy, but there's a little bit of pain in my heart. But the happiness is still
Yeah.
overwhelming, of course.
Yeah.
It's such a tough run up. First, going against Magic Duck, who is a really big counter to my deck, and that was pretty much a
Yeah.
50-50.
Yeah.
And now going up against the world champion, that's just incredible. It's a rough bracket, and I'm happy I'm still
You're
here,
still
to be honest.
alive. Yeah.
So I want to know, when you saw your opening hand in the second game, was your brain automatically like, "Oh, I got this," or did it take a little bit for you to be like, "Okay, this needs to go the right way, but I'm in a good starting point"?
So I think I got it after the mulligan because my first hand was absolute trash. I think there was a ghost tree to mill, and other than that, it was all useless creatures that I didn't really
Oh
want.
no!
Then I mulliganed and I saw the big magnet. I was like, okay, I can work with this. And there were like 2 other Mars cards, and I
This is
started
game 1,
discarding.
right?
Sorry,
This
No,
is game 1,
2
right?
when
Game
two.
2. I thought you didn't mulligan game 2.
I think I did. I'm pretty sure I mulliganed game 2 as
Okay.
well.
Okay.
And then I played a big magnet. I got rid of my entire untamed house basically, and I redrew all the Mars. And I was like, okay, it's done. It's over. I got this.
Yeah.
But that was
Nice.
crazy. Yeah.
But there was a moment where you're like, Xylo, Rebel. And we were like, okay, she has to take him off check and kill both Xylos. She did not manage to take you off check, but did manage to kill both Xylos, surprisingly. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
you had
which,
the Winds of Death, so...
The witch came in clutch, but I knew I had a backup plan.
Yeah, you had a backup plan.
Yeah, and I could even take it a bit slower. I think I had one turn, the untamed turn, where I just took it slow because I was thinking, okay, I can go all in now. I just
Right.
go for the wins. I get all the creatures into the archives, and I'll get like 8 or 9 in the archives.
Uh-huh.
But if I start the turn at 0 Ember, there's actually a chance that I cannot forge both keys. So
Oh wow!
I feel like I have the time, so let's just take an
you
untamed
were
turn.
completely right.
Yeah.
So you
And then
played
I
the loyal pack mate to defend maybe your rebel, so it would maybe live for the key abduction to come back to the hand.
Yeah, that was kind of in my mind as well.
Yeah.
There might be some place where I want to go back into the Mars because I had Proliferator in my hand as well.
Right.
So I knew I could maybe
Yeah.
use that with the Rebel and the target, and then I could take like a backup Mars, maybe also going to check.
Yeah.
But the Winds play in the end
Yeah,
was
we're way
didn't
stronger.
work out, of
So
course. Yeah.
well played, Harmed. You live to fight another day versus Mats in the quarterfinals.
Yeah,
I think
excited.
Ooh.
already secretly practiced the matchup because we're both
I'm gonna
expecting
play the
Mats
game
to win and
4 or
Harmed to
5
win.
maybe.
So
Yeah.
wait, this makes you top 8, right? Like, congratulations!
Yeah,
That's
top 8.
fantastic.
Top 8 for Harmed. Yeah, very well
Yeah,
very well
I'm
done.
super happy with that. Yeah.
I
And I'm
think we're
confident I can
gonna
top it.
close it off for now. Thank you all for watching, or for the people watching it back. A very exciting game 1, a bit less exciting game 2, but still a thrilling set of Keyforge matches. Sydney,
Shows what
thank you
past
for
wrestling-
joining as well, and Harmed. It was a
Always.
pleasure.
As always.
Well, see you guys the next time. Adios.